Welcome to the feast, YouTube. So today we'll be going over Dynasty mode. Robbie Collin of CBS Sports got to play the game a little early, and he broke down a few different aspects of the game. So today we're going to be going over what he said about Dynasty mode. Dynasty mode was the mode I spent the most time in, as did most folks who played the game. And for the most part, they kept the main elements the same, which I liked Dynasty mode a lot last year. I think there were some definitely things they could have improved on. But for the most part, I think game one I played the most and still play to this day. To this day! Which is positive in my eyes. Their main focus on Dynasty this year seemed to be improving the user experience and providing more customization options so you can get an even deeper experience if you want. I always love when they add customization options. I always love it because you can, I'm trying to say this. You can change the game to your preferred play style, which is always a plus. That's always a plus. The big updates for recruiting that I could see were changes to the presentation of the recruiting board. Most notably, your team needs being at the top of the board rather than a separate page you have to toggle in and out of. That's very convenient. Very convenient. Which was a huge improvement. There is also more information in the main recruiting board screen, like where a prospect is in the process, top 8, top 5, top 3. A red dot when they're ready for a visit, and a green or red flags for when you've moved up or down on the list. That's tough. So it's more. So basically, recruiting in Dynasty mode seems more simplified, and you don't have to like toggle through a bunch of tabs, or it seems like it's pretty much going to be on one board for the most part, which I like a lot. It's more convenient for the user for sure. All of it allows you to see more information without having to go in and out of each recruit's name and toggle through the various screens. See, yeah, that seems much more convenient, much easier to access. The other big change to recruiting is the time cost for scheduling visits is no longer 40 hours for every recruit, but instead varies based on the proximity to your school and your pipelines. That makes sense too. So, every recruit you put 40 hours. Those that play Dynasty mode and CFB 25 know that it took 40 hours to schedule a visit. Now it's going to be based off if they're in your pipeline and how far they are from your school. So in California, like I play with Ohio State a lot in Dynasty mode. That's my favorite team, OH, go Bucks. But so if I'm trying to recruit somebody from California, it's going to cost more because they're farther away than if I was trying to recruit somebody from Ohio, which is where Ohio State's located. So I think that makes sense. That allows small schools with fewer recruiting hours to more easily recruit local prospects. Because the kid is in your backyard only costs 10 or 15 hours instead of 40. That's tough. So that's going to help out the smaller schools and hopefully even it out a little bit. Obviously, the bigger schools are going to get the bigger recruits. But smaller recruits still should have a good shot at their hometown kids. And that makes a lot of sense. I like that. The trophy room is back along with rival trophies. Let's go. We knew that the trophy room was back, but I didn't know it was going to have rival trophies in there, which is sweet. Bowl trophies, and real awards. So Doak Walker Award instead of the best running back, which is another element that makes the game feel more real. That's tough. I was trying to think of Doak Walker. That's tough. Last year they had best running back, best DB. Now they got the actual awards all in the game. Like I know they had Heisman, but now they have all of them. That's tough. Another interesting thing is the game and coaching carousel feels a little more lively with the actual coaches in the game. Not only are most of the 136 head coaches in the game, but a lot of the real coordinators are as well. That means they all have attributes, traits, and coaching levels, which now go above 50. Thank God. So on Dynasty mode CFB 25, when you're coaching abilities and your coaching level, it can only reach 50. Once you got to 50, you didn't get any more coaching skill points to upgrade your coach. You just were maxed out. So now it goes above 50. So that's tough. So you can have more room to work with, more abilities to spread out. I love that. Which are fun to pass through. I can't pronounce that word, parse through. I don't know what that means, just being honest with y'all here. And you can choose to start your career as one of those coaches and pick up all of their skills from the jump. So basically, if you pick a Ryan Day or a Kirby Smart, you'll be way ahead of the game. Dabo Swinney, you'll be way ahead of the game than a lot of other people in Dynasty mode. It's also funny seeing things in the staff moves like Dabo Swinney going to the NFL, which happened at the end of the first year of my Dynasty playthrough. That's tough. But I was there last year. but it's sweet to see actual real coaches go to the league. From a customization standpoint, some things that didn't quite make it into the last year's game that they wanted to add but weren't able to get functioning properly for launch are in this year's additions. Big ones include formation subs. Formation subs. We definitely needed formation subs. That was not in the game at all last year. Something that's been in Madden for years. We definitely needed that. So you want to put a certain running back in a certain position. A certain play. Or you want to put running back in or a receiver in a certain formation. DB for certain formation. Like, you just want to switch it up. That's much needed. Protected rivalry games for custom conferences and being able to sim to any week of the season. That is sweet too. You can sim to any week at any time. And protected rivalry games for custom conferences. Okay, I love to hear that. In general, players are given more tools to customize the experience across the board, whether you want to have more or less control. Again, I can't stress how much they're letting you customize. I love it. There's also a change to wear and tear to expand it from a single game thing to an element that players carry with them over the course of a full season and career. That makes managing player usage even more challenging. But if you're getting fed up with injuries happening too often, you can also customize wear and tear impacts for various hit types with sliders. You can customize wear and tear impacts for various hit types with sliders. So you can turn on wear and tear to, it seems like you can customize wear and tear to your liking. So they probably have a slider, you can turn it up high, turn it down low. And you can also customize it for various hit types. So like, and you only take a lot of damage when you get hit sticked or boom sticked, as a young bull say. That's tough. Overall, it feels a lot like last year with just a bit more going on and better user interface. To me, that's a win because I enjoyed Dynasty Mode in 25 and will be ready to sink in more hours into this one. So overall, it seems like we got a lot of wins. You get the customize, you get the wear and tear, you get the formation subs. The recruiting board is much more simpler. And it's been improved. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. It's an overall dub. Let me know what you guys think in the comments based off this article. Make sure you like, subscribe, and again, always remember, welcome to the feast.